Hello and welcome to this C++ tutorial. In this session, we will going through several exercise step by step. Each exercise will help you improve your understanding of basic C++ concepts such as input, output, conditionals, and simple arithmetic operations. Let's dive right in. Let's proceed of problem 1. Convert centimeters to meters and kilometers. First, the problem asking us to pick a length and put in the centimeters and then calculate the equivalent length in meters and kilometers. Formula to use is 1 meter is 100 centimeters, 1 kilometer is 1000 centimeters. Let's proceed to write the code. Hashtag include IOStream using namespace std. INTMain double declare a variable to store the input value and centimeter. Next is cout. Enter length and centimeter. Ask the use for input. Cin of cm is read to user input. Double meters is centimeters 100. Convert to centimeters to meters. Double kilometers, cm is 1000. Convert to centimeters to kilometers. So display the converted values. Cout length and meters and end, length and kilometers and end, to return to 0. Next is we explain to the code. First is we include the IOStream library, which allows us to use the cin and cout functions, input and output. Next is using namespace std. Let us avoid writing std every time we use the C++ standard functions. Next is we declare a variable centimeters to store the user input. Next is the program asks the user to enter the length and the centimeter. And next is we calculate the length in meters and kilometers by dividing the input by 100 and 1000 respectively. Okay, so finally we display the convert and values. Temperature, state, ice cream, water, and steam. Based on the temperature input, determine whether the state is ice, water, or steam. The program should check the temperature and print. Ice is a temperature is below 0 degree. Water is the temperature is between 0 and 100 inclusive. Steam is the temperature is about 100. So let's proceed to write the code. First is include IOStream using namespace std int main double temporary declare a variable to store the temperature. Next is cout. So enter the temperature and ask for user input. Next is cin. Temperature, read the input temperature. Ftemp is 0, cout is ice, and if temperature is below to 0, print ice. If else temperature 0 and temperature is 100, cout water, and if temperature is between 0 and 100, print water. Else cout is steam, and if temperature is above to 100, print the steam. Then return to 0. Okay, we explain to explanation of code. We declare a variable temp to store the user. We use the statement to check to raise the temperature output to appreciate state or ice or water or steam. So the program we are and. Next is problem 2. Temperature, state, ice cream, water, and steam. Based on the temperature input, determine whether the state is ice, water, or steam. The program shall check the temperature and print. Ice is a temperature is below 0 degree. Water is the temperature is between 0 and 100 inclusive. Steam is the temperature is about 100. So let's proceed to write the code. First is include IOStream using namespace std int main double temporary declare a variable to store the temperature. Next is cout. So enter the temperature and ask for user input. Next is cin. Temperature, read the input temperature. Ftemp is 0, cout is ice, and if temperature is below to 0, print ice. If else temperature 0 and temperature is 100, cout water, and if temperature is between 0 and 100, print water. Else cout is steam, and if temperature is above to 100, print the steam. Then return to 0. Okay, we explain to explanation of code. We declare a variable temp to store the user. We use the statement to check to raise the temperature output to appreciate state or ice or water or steam. So the program we are and. Then try to run this problem. And 4. Calculate the area and perimeter of rectangle. Ang goal ani niya kay calculate the area of perimeter of rectangle given length and width. First is understanding the problem. To find the area and perimeter of rectangle, we use the following formulas. Area, length, and width. Perimeter times 2 times length plus width. So next is write the code. Hashtag include IOStream using namespace steady. Main double length width. Declare variables for length and width. Cout enter length and width of the rectangles. Ask for the user input. Ang CN niya kay length, width, read the length and width. Double area equal length, width, and calculate the area. Double perimeter equal to length plus width and calculate the perimeter. So ang Cout is area of the rectangle and output the area. Perimeter of the rectangle and output the perimeter. Then next is return to 0. Okay, we are to explain of code. First is declare variables, length, width, and width to store the rectangle dimensions. Proof the user input the rectangle length and width. Calculate the area and perimeter using the formula. Then let me see our output result. 3. Find the highest of 5 numbers. We need to compare 5 numbers and find the largest one. This can be done by comparing each number with the current highest number. So write the code. First is hashtag include IOStream using namespace steady. So int num1, num2, num3, num4, and num5. We are declared variables for the 5 numbers. So next is a cout. To enter 5 numbers and we are asked for the user input. Next is cin. So num1, num2, num3, num4, num5, we are with 5 numbers and int highest is num1. Assume the first number is the highest initially. Then compare each number with the current highest and update if necessary. If num2 highest num2, if num3 is highest is equal num3. If num4 is highest is equal num4. If num5 highest is equal to 9.5. So next is cout. The highest number is a highest and output the highest number, then return to 0. We explain of code. Declare 5 variables to store the user 5 numbers. We ask the user an input of 5 numbers. We assume the first number is the highest. We compare each number with the current highest and update if a higher number is found. Output the highest of number. Then try to run this problem. Sum of 3 numbers. Find the sum of 3 numbers. For step 1, the user will enter the 3 numbers and we will calculate their sum and display the result. First is write the code. Hashtag include iostream using namespace td. int main as a num1, int num1, num2, num3. So we are to declare variables for the 3 numbers. Cout enter the 3 numbers and ask for the user input. Cin is num1, num2, num3 and read the 3 numbers. Int sum equal num1 plus num2 plus num3 and calculate the sum of the 3 numbers. Cout the sum of the 3 numbers is sum and I output the sum. Next is to return to 0. We are to explain this code. First is declare variables for the 3 numbers. Next is ask the user to input of 3 numbers and calculate the sum and output the sum. We are to try to this run. Next is include header. First is a hashtag include iostream using namespace. So int main is this is a entry point of the program. Execution begin here. Int number, this line to declares an integer variable name number to store the user input. The next is cout. Enter the an integer. This line display a print message asking the user to enter the integer. Next is cin. Number, this line of reads the integer created by the user from the standard input. Stream and stores it the number of variables. If number percent 2 is equal 0, this is conditional statement orders. If the remains of dividing numbers by 2 is equal to 0. Next is Cout. Number is even and 1. This line print a message indicating that the entire number is even. Cout number is odd and I this line print a message indicating to the entire number is odd. Okay, let's try this run for this problem. Next is include header. First is include IOStream using namespace std. int main the program's entry point. int is a num1, num2. There are to declare two integers variables of num1 and num2 to store the user's input. Next is Cout. Enter the first number. An integer prompts the user to enter the first integer. Next is Cin. Cin is a num1. Read the first integer from the user input and stores it in num1. It's again to Cout. Enter the second integer. Prompts the user to enter the second integer. Another is Cin is a num2. Reads the second integer from the user input and stores it in num2. The next is if num1 equal num2, these conditional statements num2 statement num2 using the equality operations 8D are equal the code inside the F blocks will execute. Next is Cout. Num1 and num2 are equal and n1 two numbers are not equal. Then next are let's proceed to try to run this problem. Next is include the necessary library. First is hashtag include IOStream. Use hashtag include IOStream to include the library that allows to input and output operators. Next is int main. All C++ program begin execution from the main function. Next is int high. Declare a variable to store high. Use int high to declare a variable that will hold the high entered by the user. Next is use Cout to display a message asking the user to enter the height of centimeters. Next is implement conditional statement where if high and 150 is Cout is the value and else use on the L blocks to classify the high based on the following conditions. If the high is the less than 150 cm, print If the height is exactly 150 centimeter front average, other ways front to tally. Then, let's try to run of this problem.